It's a promise of what the world looks like where land ends, where oceans begin, where borders rise and fall. We grow up trusting them. Schoolroom globes, tourist brochures, GPS apps on our phones. But what if I told you that maps lie? That some maps were never meant for you to see, and the reasons why are darker, stranger, and more human than you could ever imagine. Throughout history, the map has been a weapon. Empires didn't just conquer with armies, they conquered with lines, drawn by cartographers sitting in smoky rooms, far from the front lines, lines that decided who belonged where, lines that decided which lives mattered and which were erased. And sometimes the most powerful maps were the ones locked away. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis drew a map that seemed impossible. It showed parts of South America long before European explorers ever claimed to discover it. It showed details of Antarctica centuries before the continent was officially found, and even stranger, it wasn't covered in ice. Historians still argue, was it luck or evidence of some older, lost knowledge? That map was hidden for nearly 300 years before being rediscovered, and even now fragments are missing, torn away, or deliberately destroyed. Maps like that are not just curiosities. They are cracks in the official story of the world, because when you control the map, you control reality itself. Fast forward to the 20th century. In the age of Cold War secrecy, governments began classifying maps. Entire regions blurred out, bases erased, coastlines altered. In the Soviet Union, closed cities, places where scientists developed nuclear weapons, were literally wiped off maps. On paper, they didn't exist, but tens of thousands of people lived there, behind fences, under silence. And it wasn't just the Soviets. In the United States, satellite images were censored. Early Google Maps blurred military zones, prisons, even ordinary neighborhoods if someone with enough power demanded it. Sometimes, even today, you'll find a pixelated patch of land, a blank ocean square, a strange blur in the desert. The question is, why? Because a map doesn't just tell you where things are, it tells you where you aren't allowed to look. Think about it. The earth beneath our feet feels eternal, untouchable. But on a map, it can vanish with a single stroke. A reef disappears, a border shifts, a people erased. For indigenous tribes around the world, colonization was not only war, it was cartography. New maps arrived that cut through their sacred lands, renaming mountains, flattening rivers, turning homes into empty spaces waiting to be claimed. To this day, countless ancestral lands remain invisible on official maps. And here's where it gets stranger. Maps aren't just about the physical world anymore. They're digital data maps, internet backbones, undersea cables, secret, fiber optic lines, maps of power grids, of pipelines, of surveillance networks. Most of these maps exist, but you'll never see them, because they reveal too much: who controls your electricity, your water, your internet, your future. Governments classify them as security risks, but maybe the bigger risk is not knowing. Imagine opening an atlas one day and finding your home missing, not your house, your entire country. It's happened before. Maps from the 1940s show nations that vanished within a decade. Maps from the 1800s are crowded with kingdoms that no longer exist. When a place disappears from a map, it doesn't always mean the land is gone. Sometimes it means someone has decided you don't deserve to see it. Historians call this cartographic silencing. It's the deliberate editing of reality, removing knowledge, erasing memory, reshaping truth. And in our time, with satellite technology and global networks, you'd think this kind of manipulation was impossible, but censorship has only grown more subtle. Zoom in on disputed territories, and you'll often see different maps depending on where you live. A border that appears one way in China appears differently in India. And another way entirely in the United States. Each government has pressured companies to show their version of the truth. So which one is real? Maybe none of them. A map is not reality. It is a story we choose to believe. And the most dangerous stories are the ones told by those in power, hidden behind the excuse of protection or security. What you don't see can hurt you, because the map that governments don't want you to see isn't just a drawing of land or sea. It's a reminder of everything they can hide from you, your past, your future, even the truth of where you stand. So next time you glance at a map, ask yourself, is this really the world? Or is it just the world they want me to see? Because somewhere out there, locked in archives, pixelated on screens, torn from forgotten books, is a map that tells a different story, a story we may never be allowed to read, and maybe that's the greatest secret of all.